I see the people all the time, counting all their dimes, walking around living one big lie. I bet they all go far, driving those rented cars, going around in circles, hoping that you'll see.
And good morning, good noon, good afternoon, and good evening. Okay, I forgot to tell you. Welcome to the Katrina Demanda Show, featuring Katrina herself and her famous, her beautiful videographer, Miss Kat. Yeah, she's funny. But don't you want to know her name? Oh my god. Her name is Kat too. But it's just initials. Her real name is Christine Ann Tong. I'm so funny. Whatever. Yeah. But let's not play this game anymore, because we are about to explore. You really don't understand anything. But basically, guys, non-verbal communication is the sending and receiving of messages in varied ways without using verbal codes. That's how amazing it is. And you see, it is unintentional and also intentional. But there are some other times that you're really not conscious. Alright, we're back, and I'm still here. I'm Katrina Demanda, and this is the Katrina Demanda Show, and I am wearing an Angry Bird hat, and I am angry. Angry. Right. The functions of nonverbal communication, which is already simplified in RARs. Repeating. You see, the first function of nonverbal communication is repeating, which is simply duplicating the verbal content of the message. Just like when you ask for someone for direction, that someone will not only say or state where direction you're heading to, but also will point to the direction in which path you will go. And that's an innate example of nonverbal communication duplicating the verbal message. Alright, nonverbal communication also accents a verbal message, meaning it highlights it. It gives more emphasis on the words we are saying. Just like when we are angry, we don't just say, I'm angry, but you say, I'm angry. Yes, that's how you accent the message. And you truly understand that with my beautiful face in an angry state. You see, I'm still beautiful. You know that. Now, we are moving to the next letter, and we're back to R. Yes. Unfortunately, R, which means to regulate. Non-verbal communications regulate interactions. It means it controls the communication, or it sets the time when to talk, when to pause, when to just stare, when to just listen. So that's how non-verbal communication regulates interactions. Next, we are down to our two last letters. And you know, guys, we're down to our two last letters of the initials. And these are C and S. Let's start with C. So what is C? C stands for compliment. So nonverbal communication also is a compliment. In a way that it involves nonverbal cues like tone of voice, facial expressions, gestures, even distance between people. It clarifies and reinforces the message which was not carried out perfectly during verbal message, during communicating verbal message. One perfect example of this is when If someone says, I feel like dying, I wish I were dead.
You can't put your life up on the shelf.
When you hear someone say this, you might think that he or she is really taking it seriously.
I hear them talking every day.
But
the purchases
he or she directly composes himself or her and gives a compliment, which is a nonverbal cue.
They should take a look at themselves.
So
there's gotta be something in their life
directly
that's missing.
Immediately think that he or she is just fooling around and not taking it seriously. Yes, that's how it is. Next, the last is the substitute. So it means that the nonverbal cues takes the place of a verbal message, just like shrugging your shoulders, nodding your head, or maybe silence, or even
there's nothing
or doing this. Yes, you can do that, and you can do many other things, especially unintentionally. That's it. I just want to share one last experience of mine, which is also somewhat a learning activity for me. Because when we were in our 4th year high school, our English teacher assigned us to make a speech, and before we were in front of the class, she needs to listen to it, and she wants to correct her own mistakes, and she did her job. Because while I was talking in front of her and while she was listening, I know that she was disturbed. Why? Because of my hand gestures. I was not even controlling. I was like speaking like this, like that, and she told me that you should be able to control it, because many people doesn't understand or doesn't really feel the same way as others do, and I need to correct that. But that was just a minor disadvantage of nonverbal communication. However, if you feel comfortable doing this kind of things, do it, because I know that it helps you, just like me. It really helps me